White man, fight back! White man, fight back! White man, fight back!
White men fight back against what? Other white Christian men? Did they not get the memo that it was another white Christian man that shot Charlie Kirk? What are they protesting about? White men fight back against whom? I mean, they're going to use this obviously as a rallying cry to continue to be more racist, because that's what they are when you have a bunch of neo-Nazis and white supremacists upset that Charlie Kirk is no longer with us. It makes me wonder what kind of Christian values Charlie Kirk was talking about if the white nationalists and the white supremacists are upset that he and his ideas are no longer with us. Anyway, who are they fighting back against? Because it's constantly white Christian men in this country who are the problem. It's not just white men, it's white Christian men. It's always Christian men, Christian pastors, Christian politicians. How many white Christian men do you think we're going to find on the Epstein list if it ever gets released? Oh, I bet you there's going to be a lot of white Christian men on that list. It's always white Christian men. So let's not pull punches and act like that's not the case. The problem in this country is white Christian men. I can't imagine what's going to go wrong when you have a bunch of neo-Nazis talking about white men fight back. Is this how we make America great again? Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. It won't be good.
Did you see the parade of angry white men chanting, "White man fight back, white man fight back"? It's extremely alarming to hear, but I'm more so confused. My brother in Christ, for people that look like us to the outside world, it appears that we run and own everything. So most people are curious, who are you fighting back against? And not only that, if you're talking about Charlie Kirk, if you're talking about most mass and school shooters, they're people that look like us. They're white people. So I'm genuinely confused. When you're out there on the street with your tiki torches and you're yelling, "White man, fight back," what? Who? Who are you being oppressed by? Ourselves? We need to be fighting ourselves? I'm curious, and not to mention, after the third or fourth time saying, "White men fight back," don't you just naturally want to get quiet and just be like, oh, maybe white men should be fighting back against our own, against fellow people that look like us. We can stand up for injustices, absolutely, but to think that white men are the ones being oppressed, hard to gain an audience on that platform, my guy.
White man, fight back! 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 White man, fight back!
Radicals on the right as well. We have radicals on the left. People are watching all of these videos and cheering. Some people are cheering that Charlie was killed. How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less. The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem. And they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy. Although they want men and women sports, they want transgender for everyone, they want open borders.
All right, so let's get a few things straight. He was an independent, the shooter. He was an independent. He voted for Trump. His whole family was conservatives. His mom and his dad are Republicans. They also voted for Trump as well as the shooter. And the shooter himself ended up voting for Trump. Unlike what Nancy Mace ended up saying, he wasn't trans. He wasn't a part of that whole community. Yeah, so their narrative did not age well at all. Did not age well at all. Dude just had hate in his heart. That's it. He did not like what Charlie Kirk ended up saying, and as I've already indicated, you guys, I didn't agree with anything that Charlie Kirk ended up saying. Maybe one or two things that he ended up saying, but no, most of the stuff that came out of that guy's mouth, not at all. Not at all. But still did not give him the right to take that man's life. So now, let the courts decide. Plain and simple. Pretty sure people are going to be watching it, you know. Not sure if they're going to televise it or not, but, you know, time for the courts to handle the system. They got the dude, didn't off himself, sitting in jail. His own father turned him in. Let me know your thoughts.
White men fight back? White men fight back? Y'all really out here rallying in the streets? shouting, white men fight back? What y'all fighting back for? Who y'all fighting? Who y'all need to fight? Somebody explain what's going on to me because I'm a little lost. Y'all white folks is losing y'all minds. White men fight back? The fuck is y'all fighting back from?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, there is a lot of things which it is happening in America, and since Charlie Kirk was unalived, we have been seeing how the white folks that have been coming out and they really wanted to fight back. These people, first of all, these people, they thought that the person who unalived Charlie Kirk was the people of the color, was a black man or was immigrant people. These white folks, they were praying so hard that the person who did that, it is the black people or immigrant people or the people of the color. But it has turned out that the person who did that, it is a palmed colored person and is a Republican. He is coming in America, and that one, it has really triggered these white folks. And right now we are seeing that white folks, they are now coming out chanting that white folks fight back. So I don't know how these people, they want to fight back. I don't know why they want to fight back. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this compilation of video and see how things they are in America. So kindly guys, watch this till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle. Remember, this video, it is only for educational purposes and all credits goes to the original creator of the video.
Let's say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. Every conservative in the country called panicking.
She's a lawmaker. She's a congresswoman. And she's not the only one saying this. The Democrats are responsible for this. Fox News, Jesse Waters, the Democrats are responsible for this. They're literally telling the conservative, the right-wing viewers, the right-wing voters, the right-wing crowd to declare war on the left. And what's the result of that?
This video's in regards to Charlie Kirk. And this video's for the liberals. It's war, muckers. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. And spare me your self-righteous bullshit lectures. I don't give a f. We're coming for you.
When I said earlier that I condemn violence, I will not condone violence. This is why violence only begets violence. They are blaming this on the left, blaming this on Democrats when we're not the ones that spread the rhetoric of, gun violence is okay. Charlie Kirk himself spreads the rhetoric that gun violence is acceptable. But I need you to understand the communities that are most in danger with this type of rhetoric, this type of violence being threatened, this type of war on the streets being threatened. Not people that look like me. Unless you talk to me, unless you follow me online, you won't know that I'm a leftist. I'm pretty Republican coded. When they say they're going after the left, they're going to profile people to determine who the left is. So if you are black and brown, if you are trans, if you are queer, if they feel like you're trans, if they feel like you're queer, if they feel like you're a leftist at all, then you can be a target of this violence. And no, I'm not saying that everybody in the LGBTQIA plus community or black and brown community is a leftist. That's what they think. So why do I condemn violence? It's because always in this country, when violent rhetoric gets turned up, it's always marginalized communities that pay the highest price for it. Violence only begets violence forever and always. Non-violent civil disobedience does work. We need to do it en masse. We need to shut the system down. But now, by the actions of one man, everybody on the right is using this as an opportunity to attack. Because guess what? The people on the right, the politicians on the right, they know they're losing. They know that the nonviolent civil disobedience is working. They know that the tide is turning against them. They know that the American people are not standing for their bullshit. So they need something. They need something to take control of it and stop us. They're grabbing onto this violent act to declare war on the left. And the most ironic part of the entire thing is that everybody I hear from the left is condemning the violence, condemning the shooting, and they are now calling for more violence. It is always their rhetoric that calls for violence, and it is always the rhetoric of the left to preach nonviolence and condemn acts of violence.
Oh my God, Charlie Kirk died just because of a difference of opinion. He just wanted to debate and he was killed for it. Y'all know nothing. You functionally know nothing. Do you actually still believe this is about a difference of opinion? Now, we don't actually know if Charlie Kirk was assassinated for his political views, but it kind of doesn't matter at this point. Everyone's already talking about it and taking a side on this. And I have seen so many fucking white people come out here and be all like, if you support gun control, there's no way you can support this. You need to condemn this. This is disgusting. How could you use violence? And listen, I get it. Okay, it's not easy to see a man get shot the way Charlie Kirk did. I didn't like it. Right? But you need to understand that this is not about a difference of opinion. This has always been a war. A war that has been fought for decades, for centuries, actually. And you have been completely blind to it. Charlie Kirk is just the one you've seen because it's big. Like, if you ask any white person who Malcolm X is, right? Just ask them. I've asked my family, and I've asked people, and they generally go like, I think he was, fucking Malcolm in the Middle. I don't know. They literally don't know. Ask them who, what was it, Medgar Evers or George Lee. Ask them how Martin Luther King Jr. died. And I've heard some people say shit like, oh, well, didn't he die because he cheated on his wife and the husband killed him or something? These people know nothing, right? You are literally blind. There have been so many political assassinations going on for so long, and you're only seeing the white one. Okay? You're only seeing the one that's so loud because he looks like you. It is time for you to decide if your political beliefs are worth dying for. And I know that sounds like such an escalation, but that is where we're at. And I mean, black people have known this for ages. Any black activist has always been willing to risk their life for the freedoms they are fighting for, because they know they're not just fighting for themselves, they're fighting for all people of color that look like them. But white people have never had to risk our lives like that. White people have never had, we can go out and say functionally anything and not worry about getting assassinated. But as things escalate, it is time for you to decide who you're fighting for and if it's worth risking your life for. And the truth is, we are willing to risk our lives so that concentration camps stop happening, so that border jails stop happening, so that children aren't taken from their mothers, so that black people aren't killed in the streets. We are willing to risk our lives for that. And I don't want anyone to die, right? I don't want any violence to happen from this, but I understand that the opposition, the war that has been going on for so long, isn't only gonna be settled by sitting down, being quiet, and saying, oh, well, I hope it changes. It's gonna happen by people standing up and risking their lives. And Charlie Kirk was a live by the sword, die by the sword motherfucker, I guess, and he died for what he believed in. I don't think it was fucking worth it. I don't think for one bit anything that he said was worth dying for. But I know many, many liberals that have said things that I believe would be worth dying for, and they go out there and they do the work. And it is time for you to decide what kind of person you are and whether or not you're willing to risk your life for your political beliefs, because that is where we're at. And if you haven't realized that yet, then you have been blind to the war that has been going on for decades. And that's white privilege for you. You're lucky that you've been blind to it. I've been lucky. I've been able to live till my 20s without knowing the deep darkness that has happened in our country. But it's not going to be darkness forever. It's going to come to light. And when that happens, violence can also come from it, because people are going to have to fight for their lives. And you have to decide if you're going to be with those people fighting, or if you're going to be someone who stands in their way. That's what war is. And it's unfortunate. That's what revolution is. And it's going to be televised. And that's why we saw what happened to Charlie Kirk. And it sucks, and I get it, and I feel sympathy, and I'm sort of mad I feel sympathy for him. But that's where it's at. And it's time for you all to decide where you're at. Peace, folks.
We really got to see how things happened in the past in American history to black people when white people get angry at something that they don't have answers for. So let me tell you, you know what I'm talking about. So in a almost all white state of Utah, in an all white college, at an all white rally, one white man killed another white man. And there were two big responses to that. One response for people on the left, Democrats, in the whole spectrum, right? Conservative, centrist, leftist, far left Democrat. The white people who inherit those spaces have been lauding Charlie Kirk for days now. have been praising him, and some have been online crying, and none have mentioned his abject, disgusting racism, his attacks on black women, on black intelligence, on black professionals, his attacks on the transgender and gay community, his attacks on immigrants, and his desire for public executions, and his vitriol about Dr. Martin Luther King, his talk about George Floyd, just disgusting racism. And this is from the left praising him. And then from the right, blaming, from the president to that googly eyed FBI guy, blaming Antifa, blaming transgender people, calling people on the left scum and degenerates when they didn't even know who did it. And they went further. We had to, well, but something like 20 historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs, had to be shut down because of credible domestic terrorism threats. And then you have all these people online making videos and comments to black people and videos about black people threatening our lives. And why I say this is an example of America's history, because when a white person dies, particularly, but not exclusively, a white male, and white people don't have an answer for it, the immediate response in American history is to start blaming and attacking and killing black people. That's why our towns, hundreds of towns, not just Tulsa, Black Wall Street, hundreds of towns across the South and Midwest have been burned down because of white fury, like we saw these past couple of days. And not just business districts and businesses, but churches, Christian churches, bombed and destroyed by white Christians. Our homes, and of course our people, in the form of public executions and lynchings, thousands, all because white people need an outlet for their anger, their misplaced anger. And that anger has too often been directed at black people. And you saw it live and in action these past couple of days. And what's Trump's response to that guy getting caught? He's sending the military to Memphis.
You know what? I spent the better part of all last night feeling sick to my stomach. Feeling sick to my stomach about the video I saw coming out of that Utah case. Sick to my stomach. Feeling horrified. At the same time that was going on, there was yet another act of violence at a school. Sick to my stomach that Minnesota representatives are getting attacked. Sick to my stomach that we have a nation leading the world with money and progress and all of these things, and you're leading the world with horrific violence, hate, and aggression. I wish I had a chalkboard lesson. I wish I had a word to write and everybody would pay attention, because I write that, I joke, and everybody thinks it's so funny and watches me. Yet I am watching the unraveling of a civilization while people take control over it, amp up fear, amp up hatred, amp up violence, and lead with it. I don't have that solution. I am so tired of a nation that is supposed to be leading this world. All of the resources, all of the access, all of the advantages that they have, and you are shooting each other in the streets? I wish I had some sort of magic quote to say. I wish I could be funny enough for you guys to listen to me and to stop. But I am going to say this. You are not going to beat violence with more violence. I promise you that. You aren't going to just go up and up and up in this escalation of stupidity and hope for a good end. It won't end well. You want this to stop? Come up with actual solutions. Come up with ways of taking care of your children, educating your children, feeding your children, actually helping people with mental health issues. Figure out ways to give everybody access and empathy and inclusivity in that society, because if you don't, it will all burn to the ground. Start leading with the change, not with pointing the finger and saying they're the problem, because that's getting everybody absolutely nowhere. Come up with a solution, and if you don't have one, shut up.
All death can do to the believer is deliver him to Jesus. A bullet fired at Charlie Kirk is a bullet fired at all of us. There will be no mercy, no diplomacy, and no surrender to those extremists and their anti-Christian and anti-conservative values and ideology who seek to wipe us out. Charlie was not a violent man. He was a family man. We are under attack and we must defend ourselves. It is time for justice, and war has now been declared.
They are screaming, "White man, fight back. White man, fight back." They don't even know who the killer was. They don't even know who the responsible party, who it was. Like the shooter hasn't been caught. They don't know if it was the person of color. They don't know anything. They just know that the rhetoric that Charlie Kirk usually spews is usually against people of color. So logic goes that a person of color would be the responsible party, but they don't know.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how white folks, they are really angry with black people. First of all, when Charlie Kirk, he was unalive, majority of white folks, they were really praying. Even the governor, the Utah governor, he was praying for 33 hours just that when an alive is being revealed to be found as a black person or a migrant person or people of the color. But it has turned out that the person who did that, it is the white folks, is a palmed color man, and also is coming from the same town where governor he is. So this one, it has really shocked the white folks. And these people, first of all, before the unaliver was revealed, these people, they really wanted to fight back. These people, they thought that this must be a black person. So these people, they were really threatening black people. They were sending some messages towards black people. So they started blaming black people even before the unaliver was revealed. But God came through for the black people. God came out and showed them the person who did this. It is not a black person. It is not a migrant person. It is a palmed colored man who did that. And these people right now, we are seeing, they are coming out saying that white folks fight back. So I don't know how these people, they want to fight back. You know, for a very long time, these people, they've been looking for things just they can start a fight towards black people. So they are looking for anything smaller so that they can bring a fight to black person. But this time round, God is protecting black people. And also, guys, I have some of the message here that I want to read for you and see what majority of black people they have said. So this one saying that, who do they want to fight? Themselves. So this one is asking, who do they want to fight? Because black person, he has not he has not unalive Charlie Kirk. It is not a black person. And you have seen these people that are saying, they're coming out and say that white folks fight back. I don't know, they want to fight themselves, or I don't know which fight these people they want to fight with who. So this one saying that black people stay ready, black people stay ready, black people stay ready. So this one saying that black people stay ready, black people stay ready. So these people, they really, it seems like they want to fight with black folks, but black people, they are saying that you should stay ready. So this one saying that, as a black man, 20 years combat vet and frames instructor, I am not worried about them at all. Yeah, so this one is really ready. So this one saying that, never interrupt your opponent while he is in the middle of making a mistake. Yeah, so this one saying that accountability is non-existence to a racist. Sorry, so this one saying that, let them handle their own mess, leave us out of it. Exactly. So these people, they need to leave black people out of it, because black people, they have not done anything. Black people, they have not done anything. It is themselves. So if they really want to fight, they need to fight themselves, but not bringing a fight with the black person. So this one saying that, who are they fighting back against? The call is coming from inside the house. Yeah, so this one saying that maybe they should stop looking to blame black people who could care less about their issues and use the same energy to request those missing files. Yeah. So this one saying that the only ones you hear talking about a war is them. Everybody else just want to be left hell alone. So this one saying that I don't think they realize that going after someone sorry guys. So this one is saying that I don't think they realize that going after someone can lead to their asses being unalived. Do they think that black are just going to be them, do what they want and not protect themselves? So I think they need to think of better way to control their anger. No matter what, are you going to risk your life for something that you can't do anything about? They better think. So these people, right now you can see they are saying that white folks fight back. So this, because of how they are spreading this message, they are thinking that they are going to fight black people, while black people, they have just relaxed. No, black people, they are more than ready. So if you really want to mock black person, you guys, you better think twice, because black people, they have been staying out of their mess. Yeah, black people, they have stayed out of their mess. Why are they want to bring black people in their mess? So this was saying that this one saying that just like the 60, they wish they can't get away with pining their crimes on people of color. Yeah, so these people, for so many years, they have been saying that black people, they have been doing more crime in America. Black people, they have become the victims. Black people, that the ones who are involving in mass shooting. So right now we are seeing it is not a black people, and thanks to the media right now we are be able to see what it is happening, because if it is not this online media, we could not be seeing what it is happening, because in their mainstream media they cannot show you something like that. They could even say that it is a black person in the mainstream media. We know how these people, they usually operate. So this one is saying that this one saying that I'm convinced the radical right will end up killing each other dead. Like in the Bible, how the enemies of Israel end up turning on each other, and Israel didn't have to fight any battle, only remain still and see the salvation of the Lord. This battle is not ours, it belongs to the Most High. Yeah, exactly. So these people, they are really they want to fight with black folks, but it will turn out that they will be fighting amongst themselves. That's like how in the Bible, how the Israel ended up turning on each other. You know how Israel, they ended up turning on each other. They wanted to go and fight, but God confused them. They ended up fighting each other, and the people who they were, and the enemy and the enemy of Israel ended up fighting each other. It is not Israel who ended up fighting each other, it is their enemy who they wanted to go and fight with them, but God confuses them, and the enemy ended up fighting each other. That it is like what it is happening in America. So they are saying that they are going to fight black people, but God will confuse them, and that's why black people that are saying that don't involve in any fight. This fight, it is only for them, and God, it is on the side of black people. So this one is saying that as a black man, I have to commend the white folks in this video. You all cooked with this one, and it is need to go viral. Also, this should inspire other good white people who want to see a better America to spread this message from sea to shining sea. This is a pivotal time in our nation, and we all are tasked with the decision, the day to fix this nation the right way and burn it to the ground, which I feel is not an option. So we have to fix this shit the right way. Stand on code, people. I am liking this. So this one saying that a man's own horse enemy is in his own house. We ain't in your house. Leave us out of what you started. Yeah, so this one is telling them that you need to leave us, and it is you who started. So this one saying that they scream about white power when they already hold all the power, yet they can't even see they are being oppressed by the same white politician they worship. The ones they defend are the very one keeping them broke, angry, and blind. That's not power, that's being played. Yeah, so we can see how things they are in America, and it is because of these white folks. They went ahead and did a very mistake for voting against racism. So they, first of all, they put a wrong man in office, and that's why things they are right now in America. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment. See you in my next one, guys. Bye bye.